Hey y'all, welcome back to another video where I share some new releases, 2026 releases that I think you should take note of, and this time for the month of March. Before we get started, a couple of things. So I want to welcome my new subscribers. Hey y'all, hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the unapologetic crew, because here there is no shame in our game as to what we pick up and what we enjoy. And for my return subscribers, y'all know I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for returning and hanging with your girl. Now on to what y'all came here for. What's going on in March? Now to start, I will say that this month's list is heavy on gothic, mystery, fantasy, horror, and most, if not all of them, also include some sort of romance, same sex, and or heterosexual. So just to let y'all know, so if you enjoy those genres, then this month's list will definitely be for you. Let's start with You Did Nothing Wrong. Life is good right now. Elodie is newly married. Bryn, her husband, is devoted, good looking, a good provider. She, Bryn, her autistic son, Jude, and the new little one in her belly are moving into a home that needs some renovations. But that's all right, because again, life is good. That is until it isn't. Until Jude claims that he can hear voices in the walls. Until the one secret Elodie has been hiding is revealed, and then no one is safe. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce this next character's name right, but bear with me. Anike is the daughter of the well-known Abraham Van Helsing. Their relationship has been complicated due to his devotion to studying vampires. She's used to coming home to find him poring over his research. Until one night she returns home to find him lying dead and a woman standing over him. The woman escapes, leaving no clues behind, but this will not stop Anike. Armed with the latest technology and a team, Anike sets out to catch this mysterious serial killer. Her father isn't the only victim, as there is a trail of bodies across Europe, and she's sure these cases are connected. In the years following her father's murder, this sort of cat and mouse relationship begins between Anike and this mysterious woman. Subsequent crimes committed are always signed Diavola, or devil, with messages left just for Anike. The closer Anike gets to her devil, the less the world makes sense. Diavola might be something much worse than a serial killer, and much harder to destroy. Next up is Mayhem and the Mortal by Shanora Williams. The synopsis says, Zara doesn't want a hero. She needs a weapon. To save her sister from a soul-devouring, I know I say that word funny. It's a couple of words that I just can't say. Curse, she has to cross the Shallows, a nightmare landscape of ruined magic, shifting paths, and vicious creatures that eat people alive. Her guide, Thane Valcor. Let's pause right here. Thane Valcor, could his name sound more alpha, more dominant? I picture 6'4", dark hair, stormy gray eyes, muscled, but not overly so. Sorcerer, assassin, walking red flag. His name clears rooms, his magic kills quietly, and whatever he's really after, it's not salvation. He promises to help, he might even mean it, but Zara knows better than to trust a liar with a blade and ice in his veins. She just doesn't have a choice. Nothing Tastes as Good is written by Luc Dumas and anticipated for release on March 31st. This has a wild synopsis, and I think this is for my people, including myself, out here just trying to shed a few pounds without all of the side effects. Retail worker Emmett Truesdale has never fit the Southern California mold of six-pack and suntanned masculinity. Over 300 pounds, he carries the weight of his childhood trauma and millennial. Oh, I don't know this word. I'm going to put it up on the screen. I know how to say this. Anui? Is it Anui? I think it's Anui. I might be wrong. Around his waist and his soul. After trying every diet under the sun, he remains stuck in his dead-end job, in love, and in his body. Desperate for help, he enrolls in a clinical trial for a new weight loss product called obesity. The treatment is as horrifying as the results are miraculous. And as Emmett sheds pounds at superhuman speed, every part of his life improves overnight. Unfortunately, obesity comes with some killer side effects, including lost stretches of time and overwhelming cravings. Worse, people who were cruel to him have started disappearing. And when the police warn of a cannibalistic killer on the loose, he fears that obesity is turning him into a monster. But how can he give it up now that people are finally starting to treat him like he's human? According to this next author, the Utah Territory in 1879 was controlled by three things. Take a guess as to what they were. If you said the Mormon Church, polygamy, and the men who controlled them both, you would be right on the money. Commanded to become the fourth wife of a man that she has never met, Hazel Roussan is relieved that Jacob Manwaring is attentive and handsome. She's left behind her sinful desires of a monogamous life and the freedom to play the piano that she loves so much. She understands now that she must fulfill her duty as a Mormon woman to live obediently and meekly to her husband and alongside her sister wives. Upon the arrival to her new home, she discovers that all of the wives, including the children, are all under the same roof, which apparently is not customary. She notices that also the house is in quite a state of disrepair. Despite Jacob's tenderness, Hazel senses dark secrets and resentments among her sister wives. She hears strange music, sees blood oozing from the walls, and catches glimpses of apparitions that are becoming more terrifying each day. As her nightmares worsen, Hazel can't be sure if there's more to fear from the living, including her mysterious husband, or from a sinister presence that seems to animate the house itself. All right, as I warned, this list has a lot of gothic and horror themed reads, and that includes this next one, which is called Wolf Worm. Without work and little hope, scientific illustrator Sonia Wilson needs to find a job. It's 1899, and we know of the struggles that women were facing during this time. Sonia unexpectedly gets an offer to illustrate a vast collection of insects by the reclusive Dr. Halder, and she jumps at the opportunity. She packs up her things and moves into his North Carolina manor, and all hell breaks loose. My words, not the author's. There are strange acting animals in the woods, local rumors about blood thieves, and a mystery surrounding Dr. Halder's previous illustrator, his wife. With the aid of some unexpected local residents, Sonia discovers that Dr. Halder's entomological studies have taken him down a dark road full of parasitic maggots that burrow into human flesh, and that his monstrous experiments may grow to encompass his newest illustrator as well. All right, we have Honeysuckle by Bar Friedman Tell with an anticipated release date of March 24th. It is inspired by Welsh mythology. Once upon a time, on the edge between meadow and forest, there was a lonely child with only his older sister for company. In exchange for being left in peace, his sister made him a playmate, Day, a girl woven from flowers and words. And for the first time, this boy, Rory, had a friend. Rory couldn't be happier until he learns that Day is a short-lived creature. At the end of each season, she must be woven back together or gruesomely fall apart. And every time Day falls apart, it might be her last. As Rory and Day grow older and the line between friendship and romance begins to blur, Rory becomes desperate to break this cycle of bloom and decay. But the farther Rory pushes his research and experiments to lengthen Day's existence, the more Day begins to wonder just how much control she really has over her own life. This sounds like there's going to be a sad ending. The synopsis for this next read is quite short, which I can appreciate because it leaves something for the imagination. Widow's Charm is a comedy-esque fantasy romance in which a clever widow blackmails her rakish necromancer neighbor to bring her husband back to life and save her home, only to find herself falling for her neighbor. Maggie wakes up naked, filthy, and in the world of an unfinished dark fantasy series, one that she has been rereading for a while now, hoping and praying for the final installment. She knows this fictional place like the back of her hand and plans to navigate the gritty city of rival warlords, magic, and mayhem like a lifelong resident. She comes to discover that she cannot be killed, even though many will try. Maggie finds herself involved in trying to save the characters that she has come to care about from a war that threatens the kingdom. We have The Geo-Magician by Jennifer Mandula. I think the synopsis of this introduces a refreshing and magical take on the study of prehistoric life. The Geomagical Society of London refuses to admit women into its ranks, and Mary Awning is stuck selling her discoveries to tourists. Mary is a geomagician, a paleontologist who uses fossils to wield magic. One of her finds, an ancient egg, hatches, revealing a baby pterodactyl she ends up calling Ajax. Hoping this discovery will convince the society to reconsider its policy, she shares her finding and they demand to take possession of Ajax. They send Henry Stanton, a man who once broke Mary's heart, to convince her to hand him over. She isn't sure who she can trust, including Henry. She must uncover the secrets behind the society and the truth about Henry. Mary must also decide what lengths she's willing to go to finally belong and what her heart really wants. All right, turn off the light. Huh? No, Turn Off the Light is the name of our next read. On the isolated eastern shore of Virginia, Edith is a healer, a woman of knowledge, and a woman watched. Shadows move where they shouldn't. Whispers creep through the dark. Terrified, she has opened her home to the devil. Edith makes a desperate choice. Claire doesn't believe in ghosts until she returns home to care for her dying father and finds her childhood house listening. This sounds scary. This sounds like they need a cleansing. They need to burn some sage. As one sleepless night blends into the next, she becomes convinced something is stirring beneath the floorboards, something that has waited a long time to rise. Is the house haunted? What compels this lurking darkness? As the danger mounts, Edith and Claire will discover they'll need each other to survive, but they are separated by 400 years, and time is running out for both of them. Last but certainly not least is The Sisters of Book Row by Shelley Noble, with an anticipated release date of March 3rd. It's 1915 Manhattan's Book Row, an eclectic jumble of 40 bookshops along 4th Avenue. This is a mecca for rare book buyers from all over the world and the haunt of locals looking for a bargain. It is also the target of the most vicious censor in American history, Anthony Comstock. And I actually took a pause to look this person up. He was really anti everything, apparently. And I'm probably going to do a little bit more reading on him before I get into this one. He was anti-abortion, anti-masturbation, anti-divorce. Like, I didn't even know there was a title for these people, like an anti, damn, I done forgot the name, but he's just an anti person. For the three Applebaum sisters, the Arcadia Rare Bookshop is the only home they've ever known. Olivia, the oldest, is an expert in restoring rare manuscripts. Daphne, the outgoing middle sister, oversees the retail shop and is the favorite for their customers. Celia, the youngest, is left to dust and catalog, but often sneaks out to do heaven knows what. Little do her sisters know, Celia has joined a group of young people who secretly print and distribute articles on women's health by hiding them within the pages of ordinary cookbooks, household hints, sewing patterns, despite the personal risk. This sounds really good, y'all. Fight the man. Meanwhile, the Comstock laws threaten anybody who owns or circulates obscene, lewd, and lascivious publications. Even classic literature or fine art could send a person to jail. In the face of oppression, Celia and the booksellers of Book Row band together. But secrets and a mysterious stranger mean the fate of the famed Book Row is anything but secure. Oh my gosh, you guys, all of these sound really good, and ending this video with the Sisters of Book Row, I think is, it's just right on time. There are many places in our country right now, as many of us know, not to get to, in the nitty gritty, but many places are having to reconsider or take a bit more precaution as to what they're ordering, what they're able to teach. And I think this story is so timely. Definitely excited to pick it up. Let me know down below. Y'all get involved in the comments down below and share some of the books that are on your March TBR. Share the love. Maybe there's a book or two or three from your suggestions down below that we might want to add as well to our TBR. Thank y'all so much, as always, for tuning in. Until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and remain unapologetically you.